try to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. Being chased out left. Now this is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Christian Kirk, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints, if they convert the extra point, they'll have the lead. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to have poor starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 10-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They start on the ground with Adams. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Working from the gun, Wentz. Looking deep downfield. This is intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. Look at the spin. Balance. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Throwing, Hundley. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now Hundley. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Ohio! Ohio! Safety's creeping. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. You go tight. Flex round! Flex round!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Tight end right, tight end right. Let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Ohio.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays an offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Sunday. Check 93 for Mike. 93.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DJ Chark, 82 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Elliott good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here.
Flex round. Ohio.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Scott, his first carry. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Watch number 86. Watch 86.
third down, he'll drop to throw. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
They'll try and throw for it here. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from fourth down to first. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. On the carry, this is Scott. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Ohio! Ohio!
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Run! I'm gonna hit you all day, baby. Hey! We got more.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
Flex round! Flex round!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So that last penalty making this third down much more manageable. Third down, 4 yards to go. They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. To the ground, it's Kamara. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Fletcher Cox able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Now back to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll.
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Eagles' defense able to hold. So the magic runs out, so to speak. They were 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions, now 3 for 4.
So the defense finally gets to exhale.
Yeah.
Because they were wondering, 3 for 3 getting converted on 4th down. That percentage is way high. They hadn't stopped them at all. Finally, they get a stop. They can get to the sidelines now and rest a little bit.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Second and 10 now from the 27. A final shot before half for Wentz. And that's incomplete. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Dancing to his left. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. They'll drop the throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Flex round! Flex round! Under 10! Under 10! 10! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Cut!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
To throw. Going the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Saints on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. Flushed out right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
2nd and inches is oftentimes An invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run on first down. Scott, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. So on fourth down, they're going to go again. Keep in mind they're 3 of 4 so far in these situations. Throwing, Hundley. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard fourth down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Now Hundley. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Saints on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They'll run for it with Bo Scarborough, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Bo Scarborough, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They'll begin here with Adams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They'll run again with Adams. And he is met at the line of of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Wentz. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Switch!
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Ohio! Ohio!
He'll drop to throw. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On the right side open is Gesicki. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
They run it again with Kamara. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Get him, boys.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they broke it, our tie here in the final minute. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, A lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
All right, partner, I'm a defender. If I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but... And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now a toss play. This is Scarborough. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Second and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye. They get it to him running left. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
Cool.